Wisconsin is undergoing major reforms in education beginning this school year. The changes are being called the Big Three by the state superintendent. In tonight's Assignment Education Report, Lisa takes a look at the first of the Big Three reforms, teacher evaluations.
Mike, the teacher evaluation reform is called Educator Effectiveness, and it impacts all teachers, including those in our local schools. Teachers have long been evaluated on their performance in the classroom, but new this year, student learning will be included in a teacher's evaluation, which has some educators concerned.
And when you're done, you can just flip it.
Students in Miss Anderson's 11th grade American government class are testing their knowledge of Hurricane Katrina.
One of the places to take shelter from the storm was the Louisiana Superdome.
They're studying how different levels of government handled the 2005 natural disaster.
See if you can find local, national, and state leaders.
One of the learning goals for Miss Anderson's American government students is to improve their civic literacy skills.
Which one are you stuck on?
And beginning this year, she's required to document the learning goals she'd like her students to reach. It's a part of the new teacher evaluation reform known as Educator Effectiveness.
There's really two main parts of it. There's the teacher practice piece, what's going on in the classroom, and then the student achievement piece, what are the students learning?
The student achievement piece is known as the Student Learning Outcome, or SLO, which is designed by the teacher.
We're measuring as we go along the way with informal and formal assessments how students are doing on that. And then if students aren't learning it, what are we doing to change?
The outcome of a student's SLO is now a part of the teacher's evaluation.
The big change is looking at it used to be 100% teacher practice. In other words, when I come into the classroom, what do I see? It used to be 100% that. Now that comprises 50% of the teacher's evaluation. The other 50% is what are students actually learning.
The SLO component, sometimes I worry about if you're so concerned about your data that you don't take risk in teaching.
But data from the Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction shows student achievement scores are staying the same, despite more money invested in classroom education. So the DPI is now requiring that student performance in the classroom be tied to a teacher's evaluation.
So the reason we keep getting told that the student achievement piece rightfully has been brought into it is we really need to increase student proficiency for post-high school readiness, post-high school college readiness, as well as career readiness.
Serena, what'd you have for number 8?
And while last year, the Onalaska High School principal says some teachers and administrators may have felt overwhelmed when it came to the SLO.
False.
He is now excited about how the teacher evaluation reform could lead to higher student achievement.
I think there's a growing sense of confidence in what educator effectiveness can provide for the students in Wisconsin.
Does anyone know?
Because teachers like Miss Anderson are dedicated to their profession and their students.
For me personally, educator effectiveness is something I hopefully have been doing anyway. Okay, just wait.
At Onalaska High School, for example, the principal and 2 associate principals will be evaluating teachers in their classrooms as well as the results of their SLO, and then the teachers will be rated on a scale from 1 to 4.
And what if they don't score well?
Yeah, it's a good question. That's a question a lot of people are asking, and that is dependent upon every school district. They all get to decide how they're going to use those scores. In Onalaska, for example, they don't expect to see low scores. The district feels that, like in most jobs, you pay attention to your employees and you recognize if an employee is struggling. So they hope to reach out to those teachers that might be struggling and need some help and provide them with the assistance so that nobody fails.
All right.
Well, yep. Now my series, The Big Three, sorry about that, will continue throughout the month. The series takes a look at the 3 major reforms taking place in education beginning this school year. Next week, we'll tell you about the new statewide assessments and how more students than ever are being tested.